All right, man. It's been a long time, but we are back. Welcome back to the Educating the Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P. And
NobetterNina.
yeah, man, it's been like 52 weeks since we've done one, but we're
It's not been
back.
52 weeks. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months.
It's been 7 months. All right, that's like a whole pregnancy.
No, that would be 9 months actually. And
Almost a whole
neither of us are expecting a child during this time. So
Nah,
yeah.
this would be a terrible time to have a baby, you know.
I know a few people. Actually, no, my aunt is pregnant right now. She's supposed to have her baby in September.
Well, that's safe. That's safe.
Hopefully.
That's safe. Like if your aunt was gonna have a baby, like let's say April, May, things will get a little sketchy.
And I know a girl who had a baby last week too, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would have been scared to go to the hospital and stuff. I would be scared.
Yeah, you might as well just want to do it at your house, but at the same time, you'd have to invite the what's that called, the midwife over.
Yeah. Do they still do that nowadays? Like you can give birth at your house like that?
I think so. Why would they? Is there a law against it or what?
I don't know. I just thought that didn't exist anymore.
No, I think people do. I think rich people still do it.
Oh.
Like give birth inside a pool. I even seen like
like water births. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
So people do that. Some people, and then I think that way that's people don't necessarily get the vaccine. The people who don't really believe in vaccines kind of do that.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right,
I was gonna say we should probably tell them why we left.
Why we left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell my version first.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Okay, so me and Apollo were recording an episode, okay? It was the middle of recording. Tensions were high. We were talking about a topic. I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about a topic. And then I felt like he was trying to clown me because I didn't look at the topic on the page because he put it in the night before. So I was like, well, I've been putting in the topics earlier. And then I was just like, and then he said something and I thought he was trying to clown me. So then I was just like, what the fuck? Like, you're making it seem like I don't know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm the one who's putting in, like, doing all the pre-show work. So we got into this huge fight on the podcast while we were recording. Okay, get into this huge fight, and then I walked out because I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. Like, I'm done. My mood was ruined. I was over it. So I walked out, and then we talked it out like later on in the day, and then we decided we wanted to revamp the whole thing just because he was frustrated and just the overall results of the podcast. And so his frustrations came from that. Mine came from just like the prep of the podcast. And then we kind of just blew up on each other. And then, the best part, I'm going home from work. I'm leaving work. Don't I fucking look at Apollo's story. This guy posted the episode of us fighting at each other and 10 of you heard it. And I texted him and I was like, take this shit down. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I just want to be transparent with the listeners. And I'm like, no, take it down. And then I took it down actually. I ended up deleting it the next day because he didn't delete it. And then, but now we're here. And still friends. So
there's no cap in their story whatsoever. To be honest, yes, that is the reason why we blew up at each other.
Yep.
To be honest, the funny thing is the fact that we blew up was so different. It's like her reason for getting frustrated with me was totally different. Why I was frustrated at. So it's weird. You know how some people have like a similar type of frustration. You know, like say if we were living together and we just frustrated with the way that we were living with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then people could get that, but we were totally on different, we were looking at totally things different. I was just frustrated with like I didn't think the podcast was blowing up as fast as possible. She was looking at me as like I'm not doing the proper put work into like the back and the prep. So we're looking, I'm like damn, every time I look at the podcast, I'm like, yo, why we haven't got like a whole bunch of views yet? Why we haven't blow up yet? And she's looking at me like, yo, we're not putting in, the internal stuff. So it was so you can see why after we had a conversation, like everything came back together because it wasn't we weren't even looking eye to eye, so to speak.
Yeah. And but now we're all good and we're friends. Our anger lasted at each other for less than 24 hours, so that was good.
Yeah. I mean, I think we make a great team, right?
No, I think we do. It happens, obviously. Like so many people when you're in the creative industry, it's bound to happen. Like you're gonna argue with the person you're working with because creative people have different mindsets and different expectations for different things. That's just the way it is. And so like it was bound to happen at some point, whether it's like 10 years from now or it was in September, and that's what happened.
I mean, I'm glad it happened a lot earlier now.
Yeah. And it's not like we weren't like talking to each other, like
Yeah.
like we were like we went to Chick-fil-A together, like we did a bunch of stuff together, we kept in touch, like everything. So it's not like we were just
we worked
done.
together as well.
Yeah, we worked together, so it wasn't like we were just like done and like not talking until last week, like, hey, let's bring back the podcast. Like, we've been talking this whole time. So yeah.
That's what they don't know. That's what they
Yeah,
don't.
exactly. And I feel like people would like, some people would be like, what the fuck, so did you guys just not talk this whole time? No, we've been talking.
We've been talking, and we actually started up a whole little plans to roll out how the revamp show would be like.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, you know, hopefully once all this like virus stuff is done, we can like fully get into the full plans of the revamp. But yeah, you know, we figured since everyone's on lockdown, you guys don't have shit to do, so listen to us.
Yeah. So, and also, okay, so before we get into like what we've been doing since September all the way till right now, I just want to say my time away from doing the podcast and just, you know, living my life and things like that, I think I'm glad that we have this together. I just want to say this. I'm glad that you and we have this podcast. I feel like this podcast is really good. Like beforehand, I used to be so critical. I'm still critical about things, but after, you know, going out and coming back, I'm starting to see that we actually have something really good on our hands. And what Reddy Fox was saying and Smarties and other people about the podcast were saying beforehand, they also used to give us good critiques about the podcast. And I used to just, you know, go in one ear out the other. I'm like, yeah, they're saying it, but like, I'm not seeing it. But now I took a shower today, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, this podcast.
You only took a shower today.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop it!
Shower today.
I like really. While I was in the shower, I'm like, yo, this podcast is really dope. The fact that our name is really unique about it, and what both of us bring to the table. And stepping back and coming back, I'm like, all right. So when we first started, I was like, I didn't want to have no guests. I was on some like really like selfish type of ego driven, but right now I'm more mature now. I'm older now, and I'm like, all right, the way to make it grow, we have to do certain things that's going to make us feel uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable for me is talking to another man that's right over here on some nonchalant shit, and you're not bringing nothing to the table, or some other like girl over there. But I just want to say I think this podcast is really good, and more than just me talking about it, we're gonna have to show and prove. So for people that are listening, you know, stay tapped in. Appreciate you for staying tapped in, and then, you know, just as we drop episodes weekly and get back to our regularly scheduled things, you're gonna be impressed with what we're able to bring to the table. You know,
exactly.
I say that.
Yes, and I'm glad that we have this together too, and I'm glad that we were still able to like bring it back together after this, because we could have just been both of us like very immature after and been like, fuck you, I'm not talking to you anymore, I don't want to do this again, you know? Like,
also shout out to Smarties.
yeah, Smarties also helped us too. He did help us. But yeah, so I'm just glad that we were able to, you know, like have our bump in the road but still like be normal afterwards, and that's always good to have. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know who wants, like, I feel like your stories are longer than mine.
So you want me to go off first, or you want to?
I don't know. Maybe we should just interjunction them. Like if we did something similar, like we both went on a trip, you talk about one first, and then I'll talk about mine, and then we go back to you. Like.
So I you know what? Let's start off with me, because after September, I went to LA.
Yes.
So
in October, right?
So in October, I went to LA for about a weekend. I went to go check out my homie Terrell T. He's a rapper out there, and also went to go interview my other friends out there. They go by the name Pure Luxury and MCM Raymond. And while I was out there, I got invited to Pure Luxury's like Halloween event that he had for the USC students. And it was really cool. So after that, I got to see like the elements of like LA and how people moved around over there, and also got to chill on my friend's couch, moving like a real, like a broke boy. So I was legit sleeping on my friend's couch. I haven't told him that to anybody else, but yeah.
Well, now everybody knows.
Everyone knows. Like it was a cool experience. And, I always have a coach. He also has a coach for me when I want to go back, because he had just recently moved, so he's in like a cool little condo place downtown LA. And so when I was out there, I went out there because I haven't done an interview in so long, and when Pure Luxury was like, yo, when we gonna do something? Because he's been, you know, talking to me for about 2 years since the last time I went to LA. And I'm like, all right, you know what, F it. I got a little bit more money in my bank account now. And I had a little bit more freedom just with the work that we were doing. So with the position that I was in, I had a little bit of flex schedule. So I was able to do certain things if I didn't have to do it on the weekend. And so I just took an option just to go on the weekend to LA. I got a flight out there and I interviewed Pure Luxury, MCM Raymond. I got to experience some of the out life, the nightlife a little bit. And from there, I was like, okay, cool. And then I don't know, like after that, I was like, I like doing interviews, but like the way that I was doing interviews is like, I'm gonna do something a little different. So going on from there, I have like another idea for like different interviews. I'm gonna go back down the way. So LA was LA was cool. And then I came back and my friend got married the next weekend. So
Oh yeah, that did happen too.
yeah.
You know what? I figured out how we can do this. We'll go month by month.
Okay,
So in October you did that. In October I did shit all. I was working. Halloween. My Halloween costume this year, since I didn't get to talk about it on the podcast, this year my Halloween costume was Maddie Perez from Euphoria. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that. Actually, you know what?
What?
On Halloween, I did kind of die. Like, so this is the thing with me, like I haven't like died in a long time. When I say die, I mean like from drinking. So
Okay.
so that hasn't happened in a really long time. And I guess because I had started these new meds for my like acne, which is all gone now, by the way, except for this one. But yeah, so I started these new meds at the time because I went to see a dermatologist, and those meds actually fucked up my face even worse. So I was not happy. But I guess, I don't know, it never said nothing about not drinking on them, but I drank my normal amount, whatever. And like, I don't know, literally the end of the night when I was in the Uber, I was on the DVP throwing up out the window of the Uber.
Yo, is it true that if you throw up and stuff like that on like the Uber during the ride, like you get charged extra?
Yeah, one guy tried to charge me $150 for like a tiny drop of throw up in his car, and then I just lied and said it wasn't me who took the ride. But anyways, so this guy was actually very nice. He pulled over, I think because he was younger too, so like he kind of knew. He pulled over and then he gave me some water, and then I threw up, I guess, on the outside of part of his car because he was like washing it down with water. And then like, I don't know, like I was fucking like, I was literally dead. Like I got to, so we'll get into this whole relationship reveal later, but I got to my my now boyfriend's house, and like I couldn't, like he was like had to like carry me, whatever, like not like this, but like just like help support me, whatever. And then I went to the bathroom and I tried to fall asleep on the bathroom floor, and he's like, come on, like we're not doing, he was in the middle of playing COD, so he was already annoyed, and he's like, come on, we're not doing this right now. So whatever, like he got me changed and stuff and then put me to sleep. And then yeah, the next day I woke up and the next day I woke up, I threw up so I started throwing up 1 a.m. Threw from 1 a.m. I woke up in the morning, kept throwing up nonstop. I couldn't keep anything down, even
You threw
water.
up? Hold on, slow down. So 1 a.m. you threw up. So how long were you at the club, or were not
Oh,
even at the
not
club?
long at all. That party was dead. It was shit. And I knew it was going to be shit. And I said that, and I said I didn't want to go, but I went because I was trying to be a good friend. And yeah, it was shit. I literally stayed at that party, I'm not joking, for half an hour. And then I left.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, I left at 1, and then I threw up from 1, and then I went to sleep, and then I woke up, threw up again and again and again and again. And I couldn't go home because I'm like, if I go in a car, I'm going to throw up again. So I went in the Uber home, and then literally as soon as I got out the Uber, it's 4:30 p.m. now the next day, I threw up all over the front porch. There's surveillance footage of it. And it's like, but it's just water. Like it was just water coming out of me, and it was all over the front porch. Like, really bad, but the video is really funny. Honestly, I kind of wanted to post it, but
Oh, you got that the surveillance ring, what's the thing called?
the
The ring?
doorbell camera, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you put one up too.
Yo, that thing right there I hate that shit.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it is, because you know what? I put it on my mom's phone, right? And I have it on my phone. My brother has it on his phone. But man, I have to adjust the range a little bit because it was picking up people just walking the
And
sidewalk.
squirrels, everything. Literally everything.
Yes, I'm like, yo, that thing right there, that shit is annoying because it has me actually peeping out, seeing what's going on.
Well, You know, it's actually good though, because I remember after the Raptors won like the final game of the championships,
Yeah.
someone we saw like at like 4:30 in the morning, someone tried to break into our cars on the driveway and they walked up onto the porch. And so like we saw them and then they went around to the back of the house. But yeah, so it's kind of creepy, like the things you wouldn't have seen before versus like now with the camera. Yeah.
Yo, that is some weird ass shit.
Yeah. And it's not like we have nice cars. Like
Yeah.
we literally have like a minivan and just a regular Subaru. Like that's it.
You know what it is? I think it's the area that you live in.
Yeah, probably.
Nice, all them nice houses with broke ass people in them.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's what happened to me in October. That was my like highlight of October.
Throwing up
On the porch. And then my dad got mad because he was starting to think I was an alcoholic. Something happened before that where he literally thought I was an alcoholic and kept telling my mom to come talk to me. And then I threw up on the porch and he literally looked at my mom. He's like, I told you she was a fucking alcoholic. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. Like if I was an alcoholic, I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't work out every day. I wouldn't play soccer once a week. Like
and you would start in the morning at least too, right?
Yeah, like
Start
so I
in the
was just
morning,
like whatever. But yeah, he doesn't think that anymore. So
oh, that's good. So I assume that you didn't drink that much in front of him anymore.
no, I didn't even drink in front of him before. I can't remember. Oh, it was because we had a 3-liter bottle of Appleton in the cold cellar and I finished it within a month. And then it was like done. But
I can see how, yeah, you drank that shit like juice.
And I was going out so much. So like it just got done. Like it was in the like summer, like end of summer. And then that's why he thought that.
I can feel like, certain people who don't really drink that often would, make that Appleton last about maybe like 3
At
months,
least,
maybe.
yeah, or even like 6 months.
Yeah. You're supposed to enjoy the rum, not.
Well, I was just trying to get wasted.
I can
At parties, not at home. At parties.
I can respect that. All right, do people really get wasted on their lonely? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I think I know, like, I personally know some alcoholics, like, in my family. So, yeah, like, people do really do that on their own. But, like, most of the times it's because they're just not, there's other things going on that they don't necessarily know how to deal with. So, but it's not just like, it's not like a fun, like, it's not like you see at like parties, like a fun wasted. It's like, it's not a good. Yeah.
I mean, at the same time too, a lot of women get away with drinking a whole bottle of wine at home, just watching Netflix. That's their wasted. It's because they put it in a nice glass.
Yeah. But like you could still control yourself like that. Like you're still coherent to what's happening and like
a whole bottle though?
Yeah, I drank a whole bottle. My alcohol tolerance is pretty high. So I drank a whole bottle and I was like a perfect level. Like I was like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my thing is, I feel like it's genetic if you have a certain like alcohol tolerance. Because I don't think you could drink yourself into like being tolerated to alcohol.
I think you can.
You think so?
Because in the beginning, my tolerance was really shit, and I used to get drunk like really well. Even now, like I still get drunk off of like a small. I get those $10 bottles, like they're called. So it's not a Mickey, but it's a Dickie. It's a
McDick's. Yo, apparently McDick's is actually a real thing.
What do you mean? What is it? It's McDonald's, no?
Yeah, McDick. Yeah. I thought so. All right, listen, I'm putting my age. So 10 years ago, I remember that's when I first heard about McDick's, right? Mm-hmm. I heard it from a Scarborough man. So he was like, they used to call it McDick's. And I was like, all right, they're McDick's. And so I brought that over to Brampton. I was telling my friends, let's go to McDick's. And then it would just start to get into something. So since I don't even eat at McDick's no more, I'm not going around saying it. And then I see this TikTok going like, all right, here are the 3 countries that have the 3 different nicknames for McDonald's. And then Maddie's is in Australia, and then Don's is in another UK or something, and then Canada's number 3 at McDick's. And I'm like, yeah, that is real kind of suspect. But like when you're from over here, it's not suspect. You're calling it McDick's.
Yeah, no, it's true. I used to call it that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like with your tolerance, you can kind of drink your way into it. But because like, yeah, I drank the small little Dickies, and then I chased it with, if anyone knows what Rev is, people used to drink that in high school.
Oh, that's the energy drink?
It's like, it's not an energy drink. It's like a fizzy cooler. It's 7% alcohol. So I take my shot of Appleton and then I chase it with the Rev. And like that's all I need for the night. Cost me $12 and I'm good, like, for the rest of the night.
So you mix alcohol with more alcohol?
Yeah, basically. Pretty much. But yeah, so everyone thinks I'm nasty for that too, because the Rev is, so Appleton is rum and the Rev is like it's a spiked vodka.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's like, that's disgusting, but like it gets me on the perfect level. I never black out on that.
That's a weird mix though, right?
Very weird, but it's good. But like, again, yeah, not a lot of people can handle that. Like if they drink that, they would die. So you're not supposed to mix alcohol, but
you're not supposed to. Yeah, that's what I heard. All right, so let's talk about the month of November. So I'm just coming off a hot October. I went to LA. I went to my friend's wedding. November's coming up, and we doing a lot of big things in November. All right, so first week of November, I didn't do shit. I think I went to nothing. I didn't really do anything first week. But the second week coming in, November 11th, Remembrance Day, I was going off the body, man.
So, I was going off the body.
I was going off the body. And that day, I remember November 11th like it was yesterday, because as my brother and I, we were leaving the house, it was starting to snow. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Bali with two other people, my brother and this girl that I was talking to.
Are you still talking to this girl?
No, I'm no longer talking to this girl.
Okay.
That shit faded away. That's a dub.
Okay.
All right.
So, I already knew that. I just wanted to ask for the people. Yeah. Because they might remember who it was.
So the fact that it's funny enough, she knew that because we're still talking.
Wait, she knew what?
No, you knew that because we're still talking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Still share information, people.
Yeah.
All right, so her and my brother, we all get on a flight. We take China Airlines all the way to like China, 14-hour flight to China.
You just missed the coronavirus.
Yeah, you know what? I don't put it past the fact that it was probably there.
Probably. I was going to say that.
It was probably there. We just weren't, it just wasn't populated enough to catch us, Mm-hmm. And so we end up taking this 14-hour flight. We get all the way to Shanghai. So we're in Shanghai for like 22 hours. We can't sleep because they're, I think, ahead of time. And so when we got there, we were like wide awake, but we had to force ourselves to sleep because it was like 2:00 in the morning type shit. Mm-hmm. Or it was early in the morning. So before we got there, we ate, or we tried to eat. And then we end up walking around like some part of Shanghai that we were in for like a while. And then we end up coming back to the hotel, where they put us in a hotel room with 3 beds, no fucking door for the washroom. The shit was like, if you want to take a dump, people left the room.
Oh, the poor girl.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. And so you, your brother, and the girl shared the same room in Shanghai.
In Shanghai, yes.
Okay.
And so 3 beds. I don't know how the Chinese did it, but they threw us in that joint. Had 3 beds in there. And all the TV shows are in Chinese or Mandarin. We're in Mandarin. I couldn't understand. I tried to watch SpongeBob. I was like, turn that shit off because I couldn't understand it. And it was just, after that, we ended up walking. So most places were closed. So the only thing we went to was like some type of chicken spot. And they had the chicken. This is what I remember. The chicken spot had 3 drinks. Mm-hmm. It had Pepsi, 7-Up, and Pepsi. And I was like, hella options. That's hella options. So we ended up coming back. We ended up trying to sleep. And then before we were going to sleep, we were like, all right, where do we go before we go back to the airport? And then she had brought up this place like downtown Shanghai, where it had like the 3 famous buildings, like the 3 tall ass buildings. You guys could Google it. You'll see it. We were right there. And we ended up taking pictures. There's a picture of me right inside one of the places. And when we ended up seeing around, we had like, I don't know, funny enough, I'm going to try to make this like as tight as possible. I'm not going to be too lengthy because
it was a long trip too.
Yeah, a long trip. But like, I'm just saying, like, China, as we were going downtown China, like downtown Shanghai, the concierge at the hotel that we were staying at, they ordered us a taxi. And the taxi guy did not speak a lick of English. And we did not speak a lick of Mandarin. And as we're going, we're like, because I'm an ignorant North American, right? You think you could understand? You think you could? People will understand you if you say English enough times back to them, right?
Or like really slow.
Yeah, yeah. I'm an ignorant North American, so you know this. It's like I'm talking to dudes like, yo, you know where you're going? I'm like, you know where you're going? It's just like, you know where you're going? I'm like, where do you? He's like, I got, and I'm like, whoa. And then I'm in the front, so I'm guess I'm the leader. My friend, the girl I'm talking to, and then my bro, they're in the back.
Let's just give her a fake name. Little Red Riding Hood. I just saw something red and went with it.
I call her Red.
Okay,
Red.
Red.
So Red and my brother in the back seat, and I'm like, all right, boom. I turn on my data. We're in China, and I'm like, all right. So I go to Google Translate. I'm typing in things, and I'm letting him read it. He's driving like this, and he's reading my phone. And he's driving fast.
Oh God.
I'm like, how the hell is he just doing this? And so we end up getting a better understanding of everything because I'm able to translate him in from English to Mandarin, and he's able to like use his like wee woo whatever he had to speak into it in Mandarin and it'll come back out in English to me. So we ended up figuring it out. We got scared because we were like, damn, we're going to get lost in Shanghai. This shit crazy. And then as we were driving, there's like a car accident in front of us. He took out his phone and it was like on some real like social media shit. He was just doing it. And so so we ended up doing that. I didn't know his name because he dropped us back at the hotel. Okay. And then my brother and Red were like Shishi. And I'm like, oh man, thank you, Shishi. And it was like, I'm like, yeah, his name was Shishi, right? He's like, no, Shishi's just Mandarin for thank you. Or you're welcome. I'm like, for real? And because the way my brother's kind of ignorant. Because the way he was saying, he was like, yo, Shishi, my nigga. Yeah, Shishi, my nigga. I'm thinking his name's Shishi. And I have his whole number on WhatsApp, and I'm thinking his name is Shishi. I'm like, yo, Shishi got, you know, that was our famous guy. His breath was kind of hot though, but like that was a famous guy. So after we do that, we come back to the hotel, we pick our stuff, we get like a shuttle back to the airport where we're able to, you know, hop on a 6-hour flight to Bali, Indonesia. And then when we touch down, I'm excited.
Can you guys just take in, sorry to interrupt, can you guys just take in Apollo has been saying for the longest time that he's going to go to Bali and he made it happen.
I made it happen. I make a lot of things happen. It may not happen, you know, right away, but it happens. You know, I came into 2019 going like, yo, we're going to Bali. We're going to Bali. It took 11 months to get there, but it happened. And it was honestly amazing. My whole time there was really fun. Even I got into like one argument with my bro because he was angry at the fact that we took like a 3-hour drive to go to Lupenyong temple. It's a temple, all right. So we went to that temple, and the famous temple that a lot of people take pictures in front of it because it's called Heaven Gates or something. But like that's the only thing that was like went sideways. And so as we get into like the airport of the Bali airport, I'm so excited. The airport looked beautiful. They had like some type of main scenery where people walk in. I'm seeing a whole bunch of people from Australia, different countries, just talking. I'm like, damn, we're here. Only black guy here too. I'm looking at him. I was like, damn, where else black people at?
At least your brother was with you.
Yeah, so that's the thing is I'm able to travel with another black guy with me, so I'm not necessarily feeling too alone. And so as we after we leave the airport, we get hit with so much humidity. This is like 12 o'clock at night, or like 12:30, 1 o'clock, because you know it takes some time to process to finally get outside the airport. So we get out, and the humidity hits me so crazy, and we end up driving to Ubud, where our first destination was, inside a villa, and we drove all the way there. We saw like iguanas, or not iguanas, but like the little lizards or something like that. Whatever. The main series, it was dope. All I gotta say, it was dope. First day we there, we're like, all right, we're going to go to the temple. We're going to the monkey forest. So after we woke up, we go in the monkey forest that day. First day there, I kid you not, I started off with a bang. I lost my phone, man. I lost my phone first day in Bali.
Only Apollo.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I did that. And so I kind of took it as just an L. Like, I'm like, where's my phone at? Because it was just in my pocket. And I was on a scooter and I drove off and I just went up the street. I started tapping my thing, just making sure I could have the GPS to get to the monkey forest, because Red and my brother had split off. Or I had, because this crap, we learned, this is the first day we're on the scooter, so we're still kind of learning to drive in traffic. We're learning to drive on the right side of the left side of the road.
Yeah.
And so they're boom, they're gone. And I'm like, bomb. I met this dude from the Middle East. He was like talking to me, and I'm like, whatever. He's telling me what places are really good and what places aren't so good. But first day, lost my phone. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And so I don't know how to get to the Monkey Forest because I'm still not there. And so I'm asking locals, where do I go? They go this way, take the left. And I'm like, all right. People are very friendly in Bali. I'm just going that way. I'm like, damn, where am I going to get my phone? So I'm inside the Monkey Forest for like a good 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know how long because I don't have no track of time.
And you're not and your brother and Red are somewhere else.
Yeah, so they went to go get gas apparently.
I would be scared.
Yeah, man, I hold my own though. I hold my own. So they went to go get gas apparently, and then I was walking around just seeing a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, I have no phone. I have no point of time. I can't even take pictures with the monkeys, so I'm just walking around. I'm walking around this whole monkey forest. And so I finally take a seat somewhere, and then I see them over there. I'm like, "Yay, what's up, guys?" He's like, "Yeah, where you been?" I told him I lost my phone, man. I lost my phone, and my brother was like, "This guy." I'm like, "Yeah." And so we end up enjoying our time inside the monkey forest, take some pictures and things like that, and we end up pushing. We end up driving, and we come across this Apple retailer store, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm buying a phone. I don't even care," because my thing is, the 2 weeks I'm here, I want to take pictures. I will put everything on social media. Fuck it. And Shabray was trying to tell me, no, you can still enjoy your time here. You don't gotta. I'm like, back in my mind, I was like, no, this is the one time in life where I think shit's going on the internet. Fuck it. I'm not. And she was like, you can use my phone, take pictures on my phone, and I'm like, fuck it, nah. We need to put real shit, real time here.
Yeah. And then you don't want to have to it's gonna be annoying to be like, oh, can I log into your phone? Can I log? Then you forget to log out, and then she's gonna see something she doesn't want to see, and then it's like, boom.
Exactly. So, that's the type of vibe. So we go into an Apple retail store, and I'm about to buy iPhone X. And then he was about to tell me he was about to be costing me maybe like $1,000, maybe, no, not even $1,000, maybe like $900. And I'm like, I'm about to put that shit down, like, fuck it. And then dude was like, no, you have find my iPhone. And I was like, I totally forgot. I was like, yeah, I do. And so he gives me my phone, I log in, and then I put in the thing. I was like, find my iPhone. If you find my money, you might get money, maybe, question mark. And then dude who found, come, I left my phone on data on, because wherever I go in the world, fuck it, I'm keeping the data on. I'm buying a SIM card. I'm not even going to be one of the type of people who turns off the data.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. So the dude who had my phone was like on a scooter, and then they're driving to this place called Denpasar. It's a city in Bali. They wanted to make the metropolis city. And so he lived over there, and apparently he gave the phone to his friend after he saw the warning on the phone. And his friend came back to meet me, and we tried to do like this whole exchange, because I used the Red's number as a form of contact. So if you want to get the phone, you talk to Red, and then Red was going to talk to the dude through what's happening. She was kind of saying like, yeah, he'll give you some money, blah, blah, blah. And as I was driving around like Ubid, I was just mad. I was trying to blow off steam, because I was like, fuck, I lost my phone. Like I was going through like the process of grief. I was driving around just mad. And then as I was driving around, I came past Red. She was like, yo, I've been looking for you. You could get your phone. I'm like, where? So we were about to go I'm devising a plan to get my phone. She's just connecting. It's like, all right, meet us over by the monkey forest and things like that, by the market. So we end up meeting the dude. Back in my mind, like I learned this from DJ O. DJ O, if you ever know DJ O, this is how DJ O gets stuff on Kijiji. He keeps all the money he has in one hand and the money that he wants to give you in the other pocket. All right.
That's smart.
So what I had was I walk around with a side bag everywhere I go, and especially when I go outside the GTA or travel, I walk around with a side bag where I keep all my stuff secure just in case anything happens. I know everything is going to be inside that. I'm not going to keep it in my pocket just in case things fall low. So the money is inside my side bag, but the money I'm going to give you is inside my pocket. And no one really knows.
Yeah.
No one really knows. So I give this guy 400,000 or 400,000 and some change.
And this is in like Bali dollars.
Yeah, like what's it called? Rupiah. So that's about $40, $45. All right, for granted a $1,200 phone. Which is red. I got two phones now, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I got iPhone 11.
Oh, we're matching.
Yes, sir. I got this in Edmonton. Shout out to the guy from Scarborough hooked me up with this.
Mine came from a guy from Scarborough too. My friend Jimmy from high school.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's another thing. I got
T-Mobile?
no. I said Scarborough. I was in Edmonton when I got this. So this is still Freedom.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
I'm still with Freedom, but the dude that hooked me up, he was like, yeah, I got
Mine was,
3 extra gigs of data, all of that shit.
that's good. Mine
And you
was
get
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile in
But like
Canada?
you can buy, or not T-Mobile, sorry, T-Booth Wireless, not T-Mobile.
Oh, okay.
You can get like your phone whatever on whatever plan. They just sell the phones like at different prices and they have crazy deals.
Hey man, Edmonton. I got the phone cheaper too.
Yeah.
It's like 5% tax over there, man.
Oh shit.
I'm
That's good.
telling you, man. All right, but get back to the story. I'll let you know how. Yo, also, if you guys are wondering, I have like I went around Canada and I'll tell you.
Yeah, he has more stories about traveling.
Yeah, this.
Shocker.
All right, so what happened? So I give the dude about $40-something. He's looking at the money. He was thinking he was going to get about like 700,000, like all of that type of shit. Back in my mind, I was like, "Fuck you! You have my phone. The fuck I'm going to give you anything more than I want to give you." I really don't want to give you for the money. I wanted to punch him in the face and right.
You should have.
Yeah, but
actually, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like I don't know how this country operates. Like,
yeah,
I might get punched up and I'd be locked up for like forever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. He's like, no. You made me drive over here for all of this, just for that. No, we're supposed to get more. I'm like, hey man, take it or leave it. I'm like, he gives it back to me. I'm like, he's still complaining. I got my phone because if you're smart, right? If someone puts your thing right over there, you grab this shit, put it in your pocket so it's secure.
Mm-hmm.
Give that money if you really don't want to have no type of hassle. No wahala, as the Nigerians say. So I took my phone fast, put my shit in my pocket, gave him the money. He was like, he didn't like the money, he gave it back to me. Me and Ray were talking to the guy. I'm like, hey man, you could take it or you could just leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Gave it back again, took it. He's like, Mom, my friend is not gonna like this because he told me to come over here to get the money. I'm like, all right. And then he was like, where do you stay? I'm like, I'm not letting you know
what the fuck?
He's like, you know what? Guys follow me to Denpasar. I was like, we're not going to follow you either. So we're going to take the money. We're going to appreciate you, man. And then he's just scrambling his head because he's thinking maybe his friend was I don't know. He might have been lying to us, whatever. So we hop on the scooter and we go back to the villa. And he's WhatsApping Red going like, you guys are liars. I
should have blocked him.
Yeah. Yeah. Put curses. He was putting curses on you and all of that type of shit. I'm like, all right. Fuck that. And we were just rolling. And that was day one. Day one had the most. And then everything after that, because we hit a bottom in day one. And then everything, I kid you not, was like top 10. Yeah. So like we went trekking on like a volcano the next day, or was that 2 days later? I don't know. We went trekking. We went to the garden or the rice terrace fields. It was like Bali's hot as shit. Because every day I would go out, I would come back with BO and my shirt drenched in sweat. But I loved it though. Every day. And I also walked around with a whole bunch of mosquito bites and I came alive.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of darker too.
That's not fun.
And we stayed in Ubud for 3 days. Ubud was dope. After Ubud, we went to Canggu. And Canggu is like a little bit more of the up tempo type of city, because Ubud is more of a relaxed type of zen. If you like meditation, you're most definitely gonna like it there. Canggu is more of a city type of vibe. Even Simonyak is more of a city type of vibe as well. But Canggu is like really type of beach type of city vibe. Mm-hmm. And so as we were over there in Canggu, we got there, we stayed in this little bed and breakfast place. And every place we went, they give us free breakfast. I just want to put that up. That's good. Every place we went gave us free breakfast. It was included. All included. What I want to say in Canggu. So when we got to Canggu, we was there for like 3 days, I think. First day, we just walked around trying to see what it was. Second day, we went to the temple that me and my brother had like an argument on.
Oh, yeah.
You just angry at me. I mean, not to say you justified, but like you just angry.
Yeah.
Because we end up getting pulled over by the Bali police.
Oh, okay.
Because as we were renting the scooter, the dude was like, "Where are you going?" He was like, we're going that way. He was like, you know what? There's a main street that all the police officers pull over people. And he asked us before getting the thing, because he still gave us a scooter, because he's about the bread.
So you guys drove the scooters yourself for the 3 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah. It was fun though. We're like the wind going on the hair and our face. We had the helmets on and everything. So the dude was like, "You have an international license," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Like all the YouTube videos I've watched, ain't none of those YouTubers ever mentioned an international license. So I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, you're supposed to have one.
But like, honestly, you're supposed to, but
yeah,
it's just corrupt, yo. So you could get away with not having one and never really come across a police officer, because you'll most likely be in the tourist areas where police officers know that tourist areas are more of touristy and not necessarily to be patrolled heavily.
Yeah.
Right. So, but we left the tourist area to go venture off into more of, I guess, not necessarily that's not like not touristy, because people still go there, but it's more of a local type of thing, more local routes and things like that, just to get to other sightseeing places. So we end up going on this road into Denpasar, and we get pulled over by the police. I left my license in Canada. That's one. So I knew that when I got there, I was like, I can't find my license, but I thought I need a passport, because passport I think is pretty important. My brother and Red, they had their passports and their license, so I ended up getting charged $3 million. And my brother ended up getting charged, like they both end up charged like supposed to be like $1 million and something, but Red only had like 400,000 on her. My brother had like enough, but he only gave like less than $1 million, or less than what he has to. I gave up the whole $3 million because I'm scared. Like I'm in down bad. And he's like, yo, just take the ticket. Because this is how he kind of played it. He's like, take the ticket, and no other police officer is going to bother you anymore. You just, I put your name down here. You show it to the police officer. They're not going to bother you, and just be good for another 2 weeks here.
Oh, okay.
It's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
He only took my name and wrote down. He honestly, the most bullshit ticket. I wish I still had the ticket to show you guys. It was the most bullshit ticket ever. It's not even real. They didn't even take my last name. They didn't take nothing. The ticket was just bullshit. But they got me for $3 million. I can say I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker. They got me. They played me and they got me. Although this is their country and I was doing something illegal, they still played me and got me. Because think about it, I get $3 million, because the average person doesn't make that much money. So I just gave up $3 million off the cuff.
Yeah, because they know you're a tourist too, so they know you, like, that money to you is like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
How much is that Canadian?
About 300.
Oh shit.
About 300, yeah. So they got me for 300.
Damn.
Yeah, they had that. I was like, yeah, I ate that. I was like, yeah, all right, cool, you got that. That's your lucky day. You came up. It's not going to happen again though. And so from that being said, what else happened? Yeah, I don't want to take it because you only about like 40 minutes in this.
Oh no, that's okay. Well, it's not okay, but like, it's okay. Is there any other highlights from the trip?
Let's just say that the trip was good. All right, we're good. Okay. Leave it there. Yeah, trip was good.
So in November, it was my birthday. So Apollo was in Bali on my birthday, and he did ask me if I wanted to come, but I didn't go.
I did. Dead ass.
Yeah, you did. I didn't go. On my birthday, I didn't do a party this year because we all know what happened last year, and if you don't, go listen to the episode.
It was a lit.
And so yeah, so I didn't do a party. I just wanted to do something chill, so I went to dinner, not dinner, lunch technically, at the Cheesecake Factory with the boyfriend, who wasn't my boyfriend then. We'll get into when he became my boyfriend. So yeah, I went to birthday lunch with him, to Cheesecake Factory, and that was honestly all I did on my actual birthday. And then later on, towards the end of the month, I did go to Jamaica. It was my first time going there, and it was relaxing. I wanted to relax. That was my plan for the trip, because I knew that the people previous experiences, because we all went to Mexico the year before. I knew the people that I go with, they're different travelers than me, and they really like to like be on the go a lot and like excursions galore and like all that, and I'm not really with that. I'd rather just go and relax, sleep in, like just literally tan, like, and that's it, like just chill out. Like that's my whole point of going on vacation for me personally. So I think I did 2 excursions, which was fine with me. That's all I wanted to do. So the first day there, they all did an excursion. I didn't want to, so I just told them like I'm going to stay on the resort. I stayed, got to relax. I was happy. And I think the coolest thing I did there was climb Dunn's River Falls.
That's
Um,
scary, right?
yeah, so you have to have like water shoes. Oh, and also like I've heard about like Indians being in Jamaica, but like I actually saw some like real ones, and I was like, whoa. I
Yeah.
didn't know my people
Is
were like
that isn't
actually.
that the isn't that Jamaican sayings? The many people of one or something like that.
I don't know.
If
But
you're
yeah,
Jamaican, yeah.
so they own like the tourist shops and the grocery stores and stuff apparently. But yeah, so they were owning a tourist shop that I went to buy my water shoes. And yeah, climbing the waterfall was honestly terrifying at first because like I can't swim. And so like that was my fear, was just like, and falling and hitting her head on one of those rocks. But it is such a crazy cool thing to do. Like I loved that. I would do it again for sure. And yeah, sorry, what were we gonna say?
I don't think I've been there. I only went to Rick's Cafe. My fault. I'll
I
go
went
to.
to I went to Rick's afterwards. I did not jump off of that cliff because
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
yeah, I would not do that. But yeah, Dunn's Rivers was super cool. I did not want to go at first. I was kind of backing out, but then I went and I'm really glad I did it. Rick's Cafe was cool, but obviously I didn't do the cliff dive, so it was kind of just whatever to me. Bob Marley Museum I went to. That was cool, but there was fucking cats everywhere, and anybody who knows me knows I am deathly afraid of cats. I will cry if a cat comes too close to me. So I was like on like high anxiety, high alert the entire time we were there, like just looking for cats. And yeah, I don't smoke, so like everyone was like super high and like smoking there, and I was kind of just like whatever.
Oh, the locals were trying to sell you weed, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
weed brownies, everything.
That shit tripped me out when I first got there.
Yeah.
They try
So
to sell it so casually too.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy. It happened in Mexico too, you know. In Mexico, the same thing happened. They tried to sell us weed and stuff too on the street, but they had to be like discreet about it.
Drinking, they're not discreet.
Yeah. But yeah, and then that was pretty much my trip to Jamaica. I made a new friend from London, England, of course, and I was already there with like my British friends as well. So they met us there. Yeah, made a new friend from London, England. I was actually talking to her today. And that was pretty much Jamaica. There wasn't really much else that really happened. Yeah, I got back and then we got into December. That's your
oh man, and December. What happened in December actually? I don't think anything much happened in December besides Christmas. And so December, I ended off December, I think on a big note. Me and Red, we went over to New York to spend New Year's together. And so she had a friend that lived in, or a family friend, or a friend of a family friend. She had people lived in New York. And so we rented a car and we drove all the way to Brooklyn. And we stayed in that place with her friend. And we went to, I think we got there the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
The 30th, and then the 31st was New Year's Eve. So we went to around Soho. We tried to shop. I went into like, what's that thing called? I don't think it's Kith. Kith. I think it's Kith.
Yeah.
We're in the Kith, right? We walk in the Kith. They have no price tags on none of the motherfucking clothes over there, man. What the fuck?
Bougie lifestyle.
Yo.
They just want you to bring it and buy it because they think it's those kind of people who go there.
Yeah. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not. You know how rappers say we pop tags.
Yeah.
Nah. So my dumbass, not even knowing this uncultured self, right? Being a broke boy that I am. I pull up, I see this Paul Major shirt. I'm on FaceTime with my bro, right? I'm like, bro, he wants to go cop something. I'm like, look at my bro. My bro's like, yeah, I want to go try this shirt on. It's large and it's extra large.
Mm-hmm.
So dude that was helping me out, his name was Vlad, like Vlad TV. I will never forget it. He was like, yeah, buddy, my name is Vlad. He was, you need some help, I got you. He's like, yeah, look, Vlad, can you get me this shirt in the large and the extra large? He was like, yo, you trying to start the New Year's right? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to come in New Year's fresh. He was like, I got you, I heard you. I'm like, yeah. So he takes me around. My brother is talking to Red. He was like, because he told me this after. He was like, Palm Angel? He was like, my bro got it like that? Little do I know. I'm thinking Palm Angel is maybe like $80 shirt, $100 shirt.
So how much was it?
It's just $400, man.
God, for just a t-shirt.
Just a t-shirt. That t-shirt. I'm like, that t-shirt was fly. And then I tried both of them on. I'm like, Vlad, you know what? Hold this one. I like how this fits because I like the looser feel to it. He's like, I got you. And I was like, all right, you want to go? You want to check out? I'm like, yeah, but before how much the shirt is? He's like, oh, where? Takes out his phone. Bam. He's like, $400.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, put that back for me, bro. He's like, all right, if you need anything else, I was like, yeah.
At that point, he knew.
Yeah, at that point.
Need anything else?
Nah. Like the cheapest thing inside, like maybe Keith NYC was probably like the shirt that I got my bro. Mm-hmm. It's probably the cheapest shit.
So didn't you run into a celebrity or something while you were there too?
Okay, yeah. So I ran into. I'm glad you ran this up. I ran into he is a rapper. He's
Partisan Fontaine.
Partisan Fontaine, man. Out of all places I ran into him in an Urban Outfitters, or a place I can't afford. I ran into an Urban Outfitters. I'm walking. I'm inside. I'm here by myself because Red is somewhere else. I mean, I had left Red anyways. Just I wanted to use on my own.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in Urban Outfitters by myself, just scrolling around and stuff like that. I'm like, that dude, part of Fontaine is tall in real life though. I'm 6 foot, so he's like 6'3", 6'4". Mm-hmm. So he's tall and he's kind of built too. So I'm like, this guy looks familiar. Yeah. And I'm like, that's Partisan Fontaine. So I take out my phone. I'm like, maybe not, because sometimes people look alike. Stuff like you got braids. I'm like, yeah. So I pull out my phone, go to Instagram. I was like, Partisan Fontaine. I'm like, oh shit, that's him. And then I pull up the party. I pull up the party. I'm like, yo, what's up? He was like, you hit me with the New York. He's not even from New York. He's from like Peterborough or New York or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or Peterborough or something. He's not from he's from the state of New York, but he's from like upstate New York. Yeah. But he sounds like he's from like Brooklyn, like Canarsie or some shit like that. But not to try to knock him. He's still valid.
In case he's listening. Did you tell him about the podcast?
I didn't tell him about nothing. He's still valid. But like so I had dapped him up and I told him, because I must have got starstruck on some weird shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm glad to meet you. I'm from Toronto.
I'm from Toronto.
I'm from Toronto. You had nothing else to say. You just rep where you're from. Like, I'm Toronto. I'm just here for New Year's. I'll be inside the what's that place called? The
Times Square.
I'll be in Times Square. Yeah, I'll be Times Square for the ball drop. I'm letting him know everything. My own information. He's like, word. And then he had his friend with you. You know how guys from New York are just like people from here. Mm-hmm. Dude was like, yo, son say he's going to go to Times Square for the ball drop.
And then they just roasted you.
Yeah. Dude, his friend was like, his friend was like, I was like, what? He's like, yo, it's going to be stupid, Pat. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, I want to get a picture, but nigga, you roasted me. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Take a picture of a looking stupid on my face?
Okay, so then New Year's?
Yeah, so we end up, after I pick up my fresh fit, we end up going down to the ball. Well, end up going back to the place and then going down to Times Square.
So wait, question. Because you don't drink or smoke, does Red drink? Like, because New Year's is like an event where most people drink. So like, did Red drink or like, was it just like, nah?
Did she drink? No, she didn't drink. I think she drank in Bali when we were together, but she didn't really drink like that. So she doesn't really drink. Unless, if I was a drinker, it would probably be me more inclined for her to drink more, just as much she used to. Yeah. I don't drink, so if we're someone who drinks socially, and we're other people who don't really drink, you're not necessarily going to pick up the bottle or the glass more times. Yeah. So, so we try to see the ball drop. That shit dead. You have to buy tickets, and the lineup was stupid. There's like a million, like a whole bunch of millions of people that live in New York. So That shit was it was stupid. But we were there. We all saw nothing but like it was cool. All right, and then we ended up coming back, and then the next day we ended up going to like this other place in like Williamsburg, Brooklyn or some shit.
Yeah, I saw your story on New Year's and I was laughing so hard because I was like, Apollo told me he was going to the ball drop. All I see is buildings, in between buildings, fireworks coming out from here, a little bit at the top.
Yeah, she was. Hey man, it wasn't even successful. It wasn't even a successful thing. But yeah.
So December for me, a cool thing happened. As you guys know, I've been doing interviews with local artists for Reppin' at Vibe.
Keep it up for Reppin'!
Yeah. So I've been doing that, and I interviewed TV Gucci. And for those of you who don't know, TV Gucci is an OVO affiliate, and he's also mentioned in the song "No Stylist" when Drake says "TV Gucci got my back." So that just kept replaying in my head while I was interviewing him. So basically, and he actually has a song that's pretty good out. It's called "I Am." It's like a party song, but it's really good. But yeah, so I interviewed him, and I interviewed him in October, but the video did not get posted until December because it's like a schedule. And obviously, because he's friends with Drake, Drake follows him and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't get to post this story like on my socials because I have to like keep it professional. And like, I didn't want to look like a groupie, you know? So I'm going to tell the story here. So yeah, TV Gucci was promoting the videos. Obviously, he was super grateful to have done the interview. Like, you know, like constantly like reposting everything, putting in his story on his page, everything. Like, and he was a super cool guy, very nice. And I'm like waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm like, when is Drake gonna like the video? Like, you know, and then all of a sudden TV Gucci posts another clip of our interview and I go to the likes. And as soon as I click it, you know how it shows you the people you follow first who liked it? And I see Drake. I'm like, oh my God. I was sitting in my room freaking the fuck out because I'm like, Drake knows I exist. He knows where I work. He sees me doing my job. Like, I'm like, this is insane. I was freaking out. And like, that was like the coolest thing to happen to me in December. So obviously I was very happy about that. Again, like I said, I couldn't post it nowhere. So for those of you hearing this story, this is like an exclusive. So that happened. And then yeah, New Year's, I also did something. I went to Niagara Falls with the, he was almost boyfriend at this point. And so we went to Niagara, and neither of us have gone to Niagara as an adult, really. Like we've mostly just gone with our families to check out the falls, whatever. You know, people usually go with grandparents and shit, like that kind of stuff. So we both went for our first time as adults, and it was a lot of fun. Like, this was our first little like trip together, and honestly it was so much fun. Like, neither of us wanted to leave after. I think we went for about 3 nights, I think we did. And so we did, while we were there, we did a wine, what's it called?
Wine tasting?
Yeah, wine tasting. Neither of us liked that. It was all old people. We don't think it's for us because we were the kind who wanted to just get like wasted.
Yo, wine tasting is not valid, man.
Yeah.
I don't even drink, but I went wine tasting in Kelowna or Kamloops. And where'd I go? Did I do it in Kamloops or Kelowna? It was one of them places. That shit whack.
Yeah. So it was not fun. We had 2 bottles of Henny when we got there. We had to buy 2 more while we were there. This was not my fault because I don't know why he whenever we're on a little trip, he likes to drink during the day. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Because then I have nothing to drink at night. So like, I get annoyed because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm trying to get drunk at night. Like, he doesn't get wasted in the day, but like he sips on it throughout the day. And I'm like, this
alcoholic.
No. But I'm like, this is fucking annoying. Like, and I got so mad on our last night because there was like nothing left. And I'm like, I fucking told you to wait till I finished getting ready so we could drink this together. Now there's none left. He's like, well, do you want mine? And I'm like, no, I don't want it. And then whatever, I got drunk anyways. But like, I was annoyed. But yeah, so then we ended up like, yeah, getting like 4 bottles of Henny for 3 days. And yeah, so we did the wine tasting, super boring. We did, what else did we do? We did like a haunted house thing there. I was super scared, obviously. TGI Fridays went to a bunch of times. We both like loved that. And
TGI Fridays is good. I think I've only been there once in my life, but it was good.
I love it. It's so good. and then on actual New Year's, so we made reservations at the restaurant in the Hilton, like at the top of the Hilton, because you can see fireworks happening while you're eating, which we thought was like super cool. So we did that, and then like for the like countdown, we went to the bar downstairs, and that was it. And then we left, and then New Year's Day was when we officially became like boyfriend girl.
And the boyfriend reveal is here.
So I have a boyfriend, in case you guys didn't know, and that's all you guys are gonna know for now. You'll hear if we do cool things, you'll hear about it. But like,
I have, if you guys are wondering, I have not met this man.
yeah, he hasn't met this man.
I haven't met this man.
He likes you though. He's like because like he was Apollo FaceTimed me once when he was away, and I was with him, and yeah, he has a friend named Apollo too, actually. And you and Apollo know each other. Remember, we talked about this before.
I guess so. Oh yeah. I know. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. I'm very happy, and yeah, things are just going good, and yeah, that's pretty much.
Nina has a relationship. So the dynamic of the podcast will be very different now, because I was the person before who had some type of situations.
Yeah.
Now you have a full-on relationship, and I'm out here on demon time now.
It's crazy because like when we were doing the podcast before, like you were always the one who like had people like, but like you would do more relationship things than I ever did, you know?
Yeah.
And then like this person, the way I met them was completely unexpected. I honestly did not expect it to go this far, and neither did he. Like we were both kind of just like, literally, I used to always say I was going with the flow, but I don't think I ever really knew what going with the flow meant until I met him. Yeah. And it just like, I don't know, one day I was just like, oh shit, I kind of like this guy. And he was like, yeah, I kind of like you too. And then, yeah.
The best relationships, from what Twitter tells me, are the ones that find you, not you.
Yeah, it was
not
like
the ones you look for.
Super unexpected. But yeah, so that was December, January.
So going into the new year, I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And going into the new year, I had lost red.
Wow, what a turn of events. It's like 2020 hit and we just switched.
Yeah, man. As lost red, you got a man. I'm like, okay, this is how it is. So as I lost red, a few days later, I ended up getting an interview with our. So what happened was I ended up taking on this contract, this marketing contract, where I got the opportunity to go across, not all across Canada, but from like half of Canada, from like BC all the way back to Ontario. And so with that being said, I had the contract sounded great. I never had an opportunity to really move around the country. So I took it upon myself to go take it. The money was good. The experience was even better than just the money. And so I hopped on it and I just went. It was like one thing from another, because her and I, we used to work together. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, hey man, I'm gone. And so that's how my 2 weeks went. My 2 weeks was more so like 3 days.
Yeah, it was.
And so I had to, my time there, I had to just, cough up all the information I've collected. I had to finish out one more of these surveys that I had to do. And then after that, I was like, fine, I was free to go, and left. Mm-hmm. And so that weekend that I left, I popped up in Vancouver and I met like 4 other people that they were going to be my teammates for the next like 3.5 months.
Supposed to have been 3.5 months.
3.5 months, right? And so I'm like, all right, I don't really know. I'm the only black guy on the team. I'm a team lead. And I'm in a place where I feel really hella uncomfortable, because I'm sleeping in a bed that's not mine. I'm in a house that's not mine. I'm in a city that I'm not familiar with. And I'm around people I don't know. And so from there, I'm like, all right, this is very uncomfortable. I got to adjust to these guys. I have to kind of figure out who they are. And so it was just one thing led to another. But I had friends that live in, I've come to find out, I actually have 2 friends.
Come to find out.
I had 2 friends that live in Vancouver. No cap. I had 2 friends that live in Vancouver. So my homie, we go back all the way back to high school with my homie Ray. He lives in Vancouver, and also another guy I go all the way back to high school with. His name's Aaron. And so my free time, I got out there. I was like, yo, what you saying? Let's link. So I ended up linking. He was like, yeah, we're gonna bring you around. So Ray came, Aaron came, and then they introduced me to this guy named Nick. And I'm like, damn. And all these guys have their own places too. So it's like they left the GTA and they all went independent for real. And so I'm at this Nick's house and we're like, all right, yo, we're about to bring you to this chicken spot. So I got invited to this chicken spot. Chicken was fire, to be honest. And then from that same night, my man Ray was like, yo, let's go hit the club scene. So he brought me on the club street and we went to that different clubs because he's already been out there for a while. So he had built up a good rapport. So he's going, mind you, I'm just fly. My homie Ray, he's straight from work swag. Like he slacks,
Oh shit!
the sweater with the button up under it, and
that should have been like a sign that the club scene is very different from Toronto.
Yeah, my dude told me, Aaron told me, he's like, yo, you're overdressed. And I looked, he was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you'll see, you'll find out. I was overdressed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I've seen chicks go to the club wearing LeBron sneakers or Kobe sneakers.
That's crazy. I will never be a girl who goes to the club in sneakers. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm like, damn. But like he had like some cool rapport with like the security, so we're able to pop inside to different clubs and stuff like that without paying. I think we only got carded like maybe like once at one of them. I'm like, damn, got it like that? He was like, yeah, I got it like that. So we ended there. I'm trying to shop. I'm trying to serve game. Get one girl Snapchat. She hit me on the curve. I'm like, I bet. I get this other chick Snapchat. She's playing with me. Bam, she curves me. I'm like, all right, bet. And so I'm really, what you're saying right now, I'm striking out in Vancouver. I'm like, all right, they're moving kind of bougie. And so follow up, time in Vancouver is cool. As I'm leaving Vancouver to go over to, I think I'm leaving Vancouver altogether because I had came back and met up with him again after I went to Whistler. And when I went to Whistler, I went to Whistler. Right? I said, I can't even say it, snowmobiled in Whistler. I went to like another place named Squamish. I went to another place, Pemberton, Burnaby. I came back to Burnaby, Vancouver area, went up, meet up my friend Ray. And as that same night, that's when I downloaded the app Tinder. And let me tell you, my life changed after that. No cap.
So pause, before you go any further, I was going to ask you this. Since we're an hour and 15? Hour 15? Yeah. I think because we started at about 9:50. It's 11 o'clock now. Yeah. Do you want to continue this into the next one and then pick up on topics after that? Or do you want to just go straight through with the rest of what we did?
You're talking about end it right here and then continue?
End it with that's when my life changed, Tinder. And then yeah. You don't have to edit this out, by the way. It's like natural now.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
You want to,
we still have January, February, March to go through.
Yeah, fuck.
And like, this is when you just started your things. Because then I'm thinking, so the next episode, what we could, am I cutting out? No.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm thinking the next episode, what we could do is, pick up from Tinder and how it changed your life and go through the last 3 months. And then we'll obviously have time then to go through that topic that you put on the page and possibly some other ones that come up throughout the week.
I like how you think, Nina. Let's do that. I haven't done content in a very long time, so my ass would probably want to win here for like 2.5 hours, not doing that. That doesn't make any sense.
I feel like we really did switch because I feel like I used to talk a lot before and like go on and on with my stories, and now, oh shit, you guys can see my track pants. And I'm not wearing the pants to match the shirt. And now I feel like, now we're like opposite.
But I got a lot to say.
You did a lot more than I did. I was just at home and got a boyfriend. And Drake knows I exist. There's some more, but
that's some good stuff. Me, I'm, some people know me in different provinces now.
Yeah, you're experiencing though. But so we'll just pick up next week with how Tinder changed his life, and we will get into January, February, and March, and then some topics as well.
All right, let's do that. So, all right, want me to end it out?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
All right. I'm a little rusty, man. So, all right. So, this is how we're going to end it up. All right. I appreciate you guys listening. If you enjoyed everything, please come back next week because we will continue what we have started here and let you guys, still in to our lives and also opinions on some of the stuff that's going on during the quarantine because there's pussy being popped and I know all of that shit. And
if you guys have questions about some of the stuff we just told you, like you want answers to some things, like let us know and we'll update you guys in the next episode.
Yes. That's a fact. All right, so let's just. How do we end it? Then is you have.
This has been another episode.
Oh,
Oh
there
wait,
we go.
this has been another episode of the Educated Reckless podcast with your hosts. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This has been another episode with your host Apollo P and
NobetterNina. I think that was it.
Let me try that one more time. This has been another episode of the Educated and Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P and
NobetterNina.
And we'll be back next time. All right, we are back. This is episode 60 in 2020. All right.
Yep. Bye.